So that's to all you hardworking YouTubers out there and all my little family. So basically, kind of doing a little stand mount series because I know how much people love them, right? And how many there are out there. Again, yeah, this is the best, that's the best, that's the best. No, I've had again a hell of a lot. Some I won't call mini. The last one, the Roll Audio, which is one of the most unbelievable speakers for a small space that I've ever experienced, regardless of the popularity. So, but another one that really stuck me here, but I had to let it go because I just can't invest $4,000 on a speaker for my little TV room. It just didn't make sense. I have other priorities. And I did a video on it way back, but now there's more people involved here with my little community. So I'm trying to get my Christmas colors on. So here's a little red in there. Going over to see my mother today. It's a sad day in a way without my brother being around, but so Proac's always been a company that I've always respected and really loved. And the only speaker that I've ever got to try from those was the Tablet 10 Signature. Proac Tablet 10 Signature, which, again, right, when people talk about big sound, well, they're only going to do so much, right? And I always do the test, okay. And in this room here, it's just not that big, but it's very deceiving because of how much it opens up. Like, 20 feet that way, 20 feet that way, behind the listening chair. So it's going to expose the little stand mounts for what they are, right? Beautiful mid-range, beautiful top end. So the Tablet 10 Signature I had in the TV room there, they were really perfect. It wasn't an ideal setup, obviously, due to some, wall restrictions and things like that. But again, it was a really unbelievable speaker compared to the Harbeth that I've tried, which is not for me. The P3, it's one of the world's most popular speakers. For all of you that love it, that's cool. For me, I like more resolution on the top, a less laid back presentation. I like really quick bass. And that's what the Proac Tablet 10 did. It rode that fine line along the top without ever getting bright or shouty. Like, just an incredible tweeter design, right? I absolutely love the look. I love that copper phase plug. Do I understand its true scientific purpose? No, it's obvious for diffraction of sound, but it really adds a nice touch to the aesthetic. The cabinetry is just beautiful. It's a beautiful wood grain. The speaker terminals were unbelievable. I believe they're rhodium. They sure look like rhodium. Similar to the Kimber S-band plugs. The rhodium really adds a beautiful smoothness to the metal whenever something needs to connect. It just makes it so smooth, never too tight, never too smooth. But I don't know, it's hard to explain, man. That's why I'm such a fan of connectors that do that, like the WBTs that are on the Spatials and on the Bel Canto. But, if I had a small space, much smaller than here, I know it looks small on the video, but it's just not, because again, I'm sitting in a 6-foot triangle. It's 8 feet apart, 9-foot ceilings, and it extends out. It's a really good sounding room. I lucked out there. I really did. Whoever wants to believe it, that's okay. If you don't and you want to come on and criticize how my iPhone mic sounds, that's cool if you must. But that'll stick with me as one of my favorite mini stand mounts, one that I would look to buy again if for some reason I had room restrictions as for size. But when I do the test, those are a non-sealed design, as are the Roll Audios. There's no port, which I'm a fan of. It just makes up for an easier placement, right? You can get them closer to the rear walls if needed. Coming out, sure, if you have the ability to do it. And a lot of people don't have the ability to have things 6-8 feet out in the room. They just don't. So yeah, like I always do the test. Okay, I hear that word big in the reviews. Well, how big do they sound, right? So I always bring them from the TV room into here, and it's just an immediate loss at low end. It just turns into lean, right? I can't do lean. I just hate it. Of course, you augment it with a subwoofer. I don't ever want subs. I don't know why. I know they're great. I know you can blend them in with the, with the sound where it's just effortless. It's like they're not even there. But I just always, I'm a believer, if your speakers aren't doing it, just buy different speakers that can, right? I don't want to start adding more boxes and stuff. But in a smaller space, it's one of the greatest I've ever owned. I've had bigger stand mounts. I'll get into a series on those, on the ones that I would recommend for a bigger space that can actually pressurize the room enough to give you that punch that a lot of you crave, right? I sure do. I want to feel it when it calls for that, and it can't extend to me. It's just a fail for me. It is, because I know there's ones out there that will. So, and I got a few to talk about, which will be coming up. So this is just my little mini stand mount series. I got a real interesting one coming up that's no one's even heard of. It's one of Clayton Shaw's first box designs, right? Maybe a lot of people didn't know that he was involved in building box design speakers before Open Baffle. So yeah, the Tablet 10 SIGs, as long as you got the right room, they're worth the money. They're a speaker you can live with forever. They're that good. They're iconic. They give you a nice sense of pride of ownership. Hand built in the UK. Just built like little tanks. They're beautiful speakers. I got nothing bad to say. They just had to go because I got priorities. Like I say, I don't need that much money for something I don't use for my main listening, right? I got my little DIWs that a lot of you had seen with the Dayton drivers. They're just unbelievable in that space. Unbelievable in that space. So I just want to wish you guys all the very best of holidays. I'm going to try to relieve my obsession of posting a video every day because it's just so easy to do. And I want you to enjoy your loved ones. Put audio on the back burner, right? Focus on health, love, that kind of stuff, friendship, because we just never know what can happen. Again, my buddy just lost his best friend yesterday. Like, it's just time and time again, it reveals itself as to what we need to be grateful for, and it sure ain't materials. So anyways, I appreciate all the support. Please like, please subscribe, please hit the notification. Cheers.